Akilah, lepas lepas video video apa? Video teaser program kita ni yang alumni tu baru Akilah masuk tau. Bila saya dah tunjuk show slide tu.
Okey, masa kita ada 2 video kan biasanya kan?
Sebenarnya ada dua video, tapi ni macam kita mula awal ni 9:45 kita dah mula kan.
Ha,
Mungkin kalau macam saya timing at 10 lah. At 10 baru Akilah start tu cakap.
okey.
Hmm. Kira macam saya last bila saya dah pop up satu slide yang showing Cik Hafizu and Mr. Tu, baru Akilah masuk ah.
Ha,
Okay. Baru invite Cik Hafizu. For the speaker, uh, after like bila Cik Hafiz sudah habis habis session, kalau nak left tak apa. We know you are so busy. Kalau terus nak left feedback, okay, sebab kita dah ambil gambar dah semua. Cik Hafiz ada ni pukul 11 ni meeting.
Ha,
Boleh je kalau nak left tu.
memang left. Tapi mungkin saya tengah ikut MB je lah. Mungkin macam tu.
Okay, boleh.
Saya cubalah, kalau saya cuba secepat mungkin perambat dia keluar.
Okay. Pukul 9.50 kot, kita start FB Live dengan video-video USM promo dulu. Around 10 mungkin moderator boleh start.
Dia pun tak keluar. Jadi
nanti dia keluar.
dia pun tak tahu dia. Oh iya, emang bos.
materials progress of the world. It is his engineering that makes a reality of the potential value of science by translating scientific knowledge into tools, resources. Engineer requires the imagination to visualize the needs of society and to appreciate what is possible, as well as the technological and broad social age understanding to bring his vision to reality. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Materials and Mineral Resources Engineering, University Science Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Syed Fuad bin Syed Hashim. I'm actually an alumni of Mineral Resources Engineering Program. And I'm currently the lecturer also in Mineral Resources Engineering Program. My field of expertise is mineral processing. So before I joined as a lecturer, I'm actually an assistant metallurgist in Malaysian Smelting Corporation. As assistant metallurgist, I'm looking into the process of refined tin and everything. So, but currently I'm part of the teaching staff for Mineral Resources Engineering Program in University Science Malaysia. Okay, Mineral Resources Engineering is actually a unique program being introduced back in 1985 to cater for a mining industry in Malaysia per se. So, but the program is not really focused in one particular field that we are talking about, just mining. The unique about Mineral Resources Engineering is they are covering three scopes of important in mining, which is geology, mining, and processing. And continuation from there, we are also taking care of the subject of environmental control while doing the mining. So the key component in Mineral Resources Engineering is actually the mining part and the processing part, which we also being supported by the geology subject that covers the whole spectrum of mineral resources engineering. That's the unique part about Mineral Resources Engineering Program offered by University Science Malaysia. Okay, when we talk about minerals, people might refer that as a mineral water or something that not relates to what the subject matter of mineral is all about. But realizing or not, mineral is around us and we need minerals in our daily life. Starting from baby until we do construction, all need minerals. For example, while you are doing your diapers for babies, you might include fillers like limestone to make the diapers. You need talc for babies, that come from minerals. You want to do your construction of your house, you need bricks that come from minerals, sand and gravels. You want to make beams for your highway and everything, you need aggregate that come from quarry, either granite quarry or like limestone quarry. So these are the example of why minerals are important. In fact, during your plastic making, your rubber glove and everything, they need fillers. Why the fillers came from where? From the minerals, limestone, silica, you name it. Those are the things that being used in your daily life. Minerals in your toothpaste, in fact, they have minerals inside there. Therefore, the importance of mineral is very, very important in our daily life, and that's where we need to get the minerals from our earth that God given us. Okay, when we talk about mineral resources engineering program, they are specific in nature. Okay, so these students that graduate from mineral resources engineering program, they will end up in vast industry from mining, quarrying, and also into the downstream where they control the environment, what the effect of having the mining being done. So the importance of mineral resources engineer is very clear. People might ask, where our student will end up as they graduate from mineral resources engineering program? Okay, we have been producing our students back in 1985 until now. They are all over sector, private sector, government sector, and also in fact, they work overseas as well. So I'll take for example, in mining per se, I mean, they end up in most of mining industry in Malaysia like gold, iron ore, and other types of mining that are available within Malaysia. You name it, you go to any mines in Malaysia, you ask them, they are graduate from USM, which is Mineral Resources Engineering. Also in quarries, we have more than 300 over quarries in Malaysia. And remember, most of these quarry required quarry engineer or mining engineer to work over there to get the good human capital to really look into the subject of quarry development and blasting and so on. So they need specialists of minerals background or mining background that we produce. So these are the students that will end up in most of the quarry as well. So upon that, our students also being trained to do some elective subjects that cover the oil and gas as well. So some of our students also end up in oil rig, for example, offshore, doing analysis of geophysics of the data where the oil is. So they're being trained in such a way as well. So that actually some subjects that are being introduced to really enhance our students to be more flexible in entering the job market. But the most important thing is, with any other subject, you need to be excel in every subject, every courses that you take. For sure, you have a good personality, you will end up having good jobs and good career path. All right, so I've already covered most of the importance about Mineral Resources Engineering program. You see the unique about the program. Therefore, come, join us, be part of us. Let's get thrilled and let's get motivated with this program, and we're here to teach you the rest.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada semua. Selamat datang kepada yang sudi turut serta dalam Alumni Talk session pada hari ini. Yang saya hormati barisan pensyarah, speaker-speaker jemputan dan juga hadirin sekalian. Before we proceed with our talk session today, let me introduce to all of our superb speakers. Saya ingin memperkenalkan latar belakang speaker pertama. IR Muhammad Hafizu bin Muhammad Mustapha. Beliau merupakan alumni program kejuruteraan sumber mineral pada tahun 2002 hingga 2006. Kini, beliau bekerja di EQM Ventures Sdn Bhd sebagai project engineer. Without further ado, let me welcome to our first speaker for this talk session to present his topic, which is consultancy services in finance industry. To our audience, a Q&A session will be held after the speaker has finished presenting for every session. Dipersilakan, IR Muhammad Hafizu bin Muhammad Mustapha.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih kepada Cik Moderator dan setia yang dihormati barisan pensyarah-pensyarah dan semua audiens yang sudi hadir untuk dengar apa yang saya hendak. Boleh nampak slide ya?
Cik Hafizu, saya akan tak nampak je.
Okey, boleh nampak slide?
Boleh.
Okey. Saya perkenalkan diri saya dulu. Nama saya Mohd bin Mustapha. Saya grad pada tahun 2006 di USM. Alhamdulillah, tanpa extend, tanpa review paper, walaupun sedikit tak pergi. Dan menganggur beberapa bulan, saya masuk kerja sebagai seorang quarry engineer. Salah satu quarry di tepi laut di Terengganu. Dan selama 3 tahun saya menimba pengalaman di situ. Pada tahun 2009 saya diajak oleh kawan saya untuk masuk kerja sebagai seorang consultant di EQM Ventures. EQM Ventures adalah sebuah firma consultancy yang menyediakan perkhidmatan untuk dalam bidang pengkuarian dan juga peserta pada tahun 2009. Dan sampai sekarang alhamdulillah saya masih setia dengan EQM. Saya masih suka kerja dengan skop kerja saya sekarang. Saya enjoy dengan kerja saya sekarang. Dan tahun 2017 alhamdulillah saya dapat professional engineer yang melayakkan saya pakai nama IR. Alhamdulillah kerja ni consultancy ni bagus. Kalau siapa-siapa yang mungkin ada minat sesuatu kepada bosan mudah jemu dengan sesuatu perkara, consultancy ni bagus. Pasal setiap projek, setiap report, setiap site, setiap klien semua berbeza. Itu yang bagus ni. Hari ini saya ambil peluang sebenarnya nak berkongsi apa yang menjadi isu di Malaysia, terutamanya persepsi masyarakat kepada isu pelombongan. Contohnya saya bagi yang pendidikan Nadir Bumi tidak berarti di 4 negeri. Kerajaan negeri baru saja umum, tapi kebanyakan masyarakat berpendapat perkara ini seolah-olah esok hari ini umum, esok pergi ambil BJ. Itu masyarakat faham. Sebenarnya masyarakat tak faham bila diumumkan kenyataan macam ini. Sebenarnya perkara macam ini hanyalah sebagai statement saja. Tidak bermakna hari ini umum, esok pergi ambil BJ. Tak semestinya. Kerana untuk melakukan BJ daripada satu tapak memerlukan banyak lesen. Yang itu saya akan share pada hari ini. Macam ni Perak kata. Ini negeri Perak. Ini Kedah. Yang paling panas isu itu adalah di Kedah. Bernilai 60 bilion. Semua orang nampak 60 bilion. Orang tak nampak isu yang sebenarnya. Itu pandangan masyarakat kepada isu pelombongan di Malaysia. Di Kelantan pun ada. Tapi ini paling penting sebenarnya. Bila saya sembang dengan kawan-kawan di luar, dapat dari semua muka, apa nak ambil balak sebenarnya. Itu sebenarnya berlaku. Itu apa yang masyarakat di luar pandang. Tapi sebenarnya kalau kita tak beritahu diorang tak. Itu yang isu hari ini saya ambil kesempatan bagi penjelasan kepada semua pihak, termasuk orang luar, untuk mengeluarkan mineral daripada tanah bukannya satu lesen saja. Dia ada banyak. Itulah kerja seorang Juruterus Consultancy. Okey, hari ini saya akan cover dua undang-undang yang utama saja dalam bidang mining. Dia ada banyak undang-undang sebenarnya, tapi saya cover bahagian ini saja. Yang pertama adalah Mineral Development Act 1994. Ini kalau nama manjanya untuk bidang mining adalah MD. Ini kalau mana jurutera sumber mineral kena tahu. Basicnya kena tahu. Dan satu lagi adalah State Mineral Enactment. State Mineral Enactment ni nama manja dia SME. Ini setiap negeri mempunyai SME masing-masing. Setiap negeri. Kebanyakannya adalah sama kecuali Sabah dan Sarawak. Tetapi ada setengah negeri itu dia ada speciality skill untuk perkara ini, perkara itu. Jadi basically semuanya ada sama, cuma tiap negeri itu bergantung kepada isu tempatan. Jadi tak semuanya sama, tak semuanya akan sama. Dua undang-undang ni akan perlu diambil tahu oleh seorang jurutera sumber mineral. Pasal apa kerja kita buat, apa-apa yang aktiviti kita buat berkaitan dengan pelumbungan, dua undang-undang ni perlu diwujud terlebih dahulu. Okey, peranan seorang peserta. Peserta ni duduk tengah-tengah di antara orang yang ada duit dan orang yang pegang lesen. Orang yang pegang duit ni contohnya leaseholder, landowner, mining company, mining contractor. Diorang ada duit. Dan orang yang pegang lesen, government agency, diorang yang pegang lesen. Okey. Jadi orang yang pegang duit, dia akan lantik mining contractor untuk menyediakan kertas kerja, dan di mana kertas kerja akan dikemukakan kepada agensi, dan agensi akan memproses laporan tersebut ataupun kertas kerja tersebut sekiranya memenuhi kehendak agensi dan kehendak undang-undang, maka kelulusan akan diberikan. Itu konsep. Apa repot itu konsep. Macam mana mining consultant dilantik? Dia ada banyak cara sebenarnya. Kadang-kadang leaseholder, contohnya pemegang lesen, pemegang ajakan, dia sendiri lantik. Kadang-kadang ada setengah kes. Leaseholder ni adalah diaksi kepada kerajaan negeri. Contohnya kerajaan negeri pas satu tanah kepada JLC. JLC ni akan lantik satu company, biasanya anak syarikat JLC tersebut sebagai mining company, untuk uruskan mencari mining contractor bagi menjalankan aktiviti pelumbungan. So banyak pihak yang akan terlibat, tapi selalunya konsepnya tiga pihak ini saja. Mana-mana pihak boleh lantik mining consultant asalkan dibayar. Kalau tak dibayar, tak layan lah. Jadi leaseholder boleh cari lantik direct mining consultant, mining company pun boleh direct dengan consultant, mining contractor pun boleh direct mining consultant. Cumanya dalam beberapa isu, contohnya mining contractor tidak perform di tapak projek yang menimbulkan beberapa isu, contohnya disangat oleh pihak berkuasa. Apabila kes ini berlaku, mining company boleh mengambil tindakan untuk memecat mining contractor tersebut. Jadi, apa yang saya amalkan bila saya buat report, saya tak galakkan cover letter daripada mining contractor. Pasal prinsip saya, apa yang saya faham, mining contractor kalau tak perform boleh dipecat bila masa. Jadi sepatutnya apa yang boleh lebih selamat adalah mining company ataupun leaseholder sendiri yang melantik mining. Pasal mining kontraktor ada peluang dipecat bila masa dia orang tak perform. Jadi setiap peringkat daripada leaseholder, mining company, mining kontraktor semuanya kena ada in writing, bertulis. Ada power attorney pada leaseholder kepada mining company, adanya power attorney, surat serah kuasa mining company kepada mining kontraktor, adanya agreement daripada mining company ataupun leaseholder kepada mining consultant, adanya surat pelantikan. Jadi apabila kami mining consultant arahkan untuk menyediakan satu laporan bagi memohon apa-apa kelulusan atau lesen, submit kepada agensi, adanya surat tertulis, surat penerimaan daripada agensi, dan adanya presentation projek, adanya mungkin ada maklumat tambahan daripada agensi, dan agensi sudah berpuas hati, benda itu akan diluluskan dan lulusan itu akan diberikan kepada tuan hak milik tanah, itu leaseholder pun landowner. Agensi biasanya untuk industri mining 6, tapi ada lebih, mungkin ada lebih, terutama apabila kita di peringkat penyediaan laporan AI. Yang basically 6 ini, maknanya PTJ dia akan mengeluarkan 4 lesen, JPH adalah Jabatan Perhutanan, Prospecting Permit, TMG ada 3-4 lesen, tapi saya fokus pada 2 lesen saja, itu SPM dengan MMM dalam sekitar. JAS adalah Jabatan dalam sekitar, EIA, EMP, Plan Malaysia ini dulu adalah Jabatan Rancangan Bandar dan Desa, GPPD, Kebenaran Merancang. JPS adalah Jabatan Pakaian dan Saliran, yes. Semua agensi ini adalah berkait dengan operasi sebuah lombong. Ini adalah flowchart bagaimana susunan lesen itu diperlukan untuk tax seterusnya. Di Malaysia dia ada tiga tuan punya tanah. Pertama adalah state land, tanah hak milik kerajaan negeri. Keduanya adalah forest land, tanah hutan. Ketiganya private land. Private land ni adalah tanah hak milik. Biasanya kita jumpa dekat kampung-kampung, tanah padi, tanah getah, itu adalah tanah milik private land. Ini hutan, hutan simpan semua. State land ni ada banyak, industri, ada hutan, ada rumah, lah. Tapi untuk memohon sesuatu tanah untuk dijadikan lombong, dia bermula dengan adalah satu lesen yang dipanggil prospecting license. Saya fokus dulu pada dia PL, kami prospecting license PL adalah satu lesen yang diperlukan untuk memohon kebenaran daripada PT Jabatan Tanah dan Galian Negeri untuk memohon satu bidang tanah untuk kita menjalankan kerja prospecting. Prospecting adalah kerja kita cuba kena pasti dekat tapak tersebut mempunyai mineral yang kita hendaki, contohnya emas, biji timah. Jadi kita cuba kena pasti. Kalau contoh kawasan tu tiada, kalau tiada buat minta. Jadi kadang-kadang kita tahu tempat ni ada, cuma kita kadang-kadang kita fikir tempat ni kalau berbaloi ke tak? Berbaloi ke tak? Ekonomi ke tak? Kadang-kadang kita biasanya pelombong dia akan fikir. Jadi adalah cara pertama apply the license. Prospecting license ni dia ada limit keluasan dia. Paling minimum 25 hektar. Yang paling maksimum adalah 400 hektar. Berikut kita tengok siapa-siapa yang tahu pasal pelantur yang jenis terhad, ada satu kotak. satu kotak itu adalah sama dengan 100 hektar. Jadi kalau 400 hektar, 4 kotak. Itu keluasan dia. Jadi kalau keluasan melebihi 400 hektar, dipanggil exploration license. Perkara yang sama, cuma keluasan yang berbeza. Itu saja. Asal kadar bayaran dia adalah berbeza bagi setiap keluasan. Bila untuk tanah hutan, kita tak perlu apply prospective license, kita tak perlu apply PL, personal license. Kita perlu apply prospective permit pasal dia adalah tanah hutan. Jadi kita berurusan dengan pejabat hutan, bukannya berurusan dengan pejabat tanah. Bukannya dengan PTG, kita berurusan dengan pejabat hutan. Dia nak apply dia senang saja, isi satu orang, submit saja. Nanti pejabat hutan akan panggil, beritahu dia. Okey, bila dapat tiga biasanya pertama ni, biasanya prospective license ni dalam kebenaran dalam 1 tahun atau 2 tahun. Sama juga prospective permit 1 tahun, 1 tahun. Barulah kita boleh bawa masuk excavator, orang, bangka drilling, apa-apa mesin yang kita butuhkan untuk buat kerja prospecting. Kerja prospecting ni banyak sebenarnya. Yang paling cikai adalah pending, mendulang. Kita cari sungai, ambil sampel, tayar. Oh, dia pumas. Contohnya macam tu. Itu paling simple. Tapi untuk kawasan yang cukup luas, kaedah tu tak memadai. Jadi kita perlu yang skala lebih besar. Jadi dipanggil fitting. Fitting ni kita bawa satu masuk satu excavator, contohnya 350. Dia punya long arm boleh cecah sampai 5 hingga 6 meter. Kita minta excavator tu korek lubang. Macam kita buat telaga. Di kampung panggil telaga. Jadi apa yang dikorek tu, kalau overburden kita akan dapat lapisan tanah. Kita dah jumpa satu lapisan yang kita boleh agak dia ni punya mineral kita nak. Ambil kita pun ajak. Itu dipanggil. Dan ada banyak lagi kaedah-kaedah canggih. Cuma kita yang basic saja. Sama juga dengan forest land, tanah hutan pun kita buat benda yang sama. Private land ni kita sebenarnya kalau ikut peruntukan undang-undang tak diperlukan membuat prospective work sebenarnya. Tapi kalau saya jumpa klien, saya cakap buat. Pasal saya akan tanya dia satu soalan. Betul ke tanah tu ada? Mineral yang kita nak? Ada, malah nampak. Katanya banyak mana? Tak tahu. Jadi itu pentingnya prospective work. Kerja-kerja prospective ni kita buat anggaran. Kita dapat buat anggaran. Contohnya biji besi. Berapa banyak dekat site kita dapat? Adakah berbaloi dengan dia bayar kepada agensi-agensi, bayar kepada kerajaan, bayar kepada kontraktor? Adakah berbaloi apa yang dia dapat? Kalau saya akan nasihatkan tuan ambil tanah tu buat. Walaupun satu lubang fitting cukup bagi saya. Tapi lagi cantik 3.
Encik Hafizu,
Ya saya.
maaf menyambut, rasa suara Encik tenggelam timbun.
Mungkin lain internet kot. Sekarang dengar. Hello.
Sekarang ni, saya tak tahu yang lain macam mana.
Okay, cubalah tengok dekat layar ni, mungkin dia ada komen. Okay, sambung balik pada prospective work. Jadi untuk private land saya cadangkan buat. Walaupun tak ada duit pun cubalah usaha cari modal sikit. Okay, kalau balik pada land, bila kita buat prospective work, dalam salah satu syarat yang disenaraikan oleh PTG semasa dia bagi kelulusan LRT, dihendaki menghantar quarterly prospective report. Quarterly adalah tempoh 3 bulan sekali. Itu untuk tapi ini tak terpakai untuk tanah hutan dan private land. PTG, untuk PTG saja. Sebenarnya quarterly prospective report ni bagus sebenarnya. At least siapa yang sebagai pelombong dia akan tengok progres dia dan state land pun akan nampak kemajuan. Maknanya kawasan ni ada potensi mineral. Sekiranya contohnya prospecting license ni diberi kelulusan untuk setahun dan tempoh setahun tu tak cukup, kita boleh renew balik. Ada borangnya, bisa saja borang lantik consultant yang akan buat semua. Dan apabila kerja-kerja prospecting ni semua siap, saya minta disediakan final prospecting. Biasanya final prospecting report ni disediakan oleh peserta, di mana pelombong akan kumpul semua data bagi consultant buat report. Ini memang saya perlukan report ni. Macam-macam saya akan perlukan report ni. Kenapa saya perlukan? Saya akan beritahu sekarang. Untuk tanah apa pun saya akan minta, tolong buat. Pasal kalau tak buat, saya tak ada idea macam mana untuk proses untuk lesen seterusnya. Pasal lesen seterusnya adalah panggil lesen mining list atau PML, proprietary mining list. Proprietary mining list adalah lesen melombong waktunya. Mining list adalah pajakan melombong. Ini adanya untuk lesen, untuk kita dapatkan tapak, kita sebuah lombong, kita perlukan 2 lesen. Itu license ataupun association license ataupun prospecting permit dan mining list ataupun PML. 2 lesen ini diperlukan terlebih dahulu untuk tapak lombong. Kita tak boleh masuk sesuatu tapak lombong suka-suka. Kita tak ada lesen. Maknanya PTG, JMG, harus kita semua boleh cerita kita dah saman. Itu pentingnya tahu undang-undang. Mining list pajakan melombong dikeluarkan oleh PTG. Untuk tanah hutan juga, untuk jadikan lombong pun memerlukan mining list yang akan diproses oleh dan PML bersama kepada PTG yang diperlukan untuk tanah milik. Bila kita dapat ML dan PML, kita dah dapat lesen L. Contohnya untuk lesen memandu, dia lesen L. Lesen P. Lesen percubaan. Okey. Jadi biasanya apa syarat yang disenaraikan dalam ML dan PML akan ditulis memerlukan kelulusan EI. Di mana kita tahu pasal manual untuk apa ML kita akan submit dalam kopi kepada PTG akan distribute kepada agensi. Ini JPS, kita, JPS, lagi lah bla 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 87, 78. Diorang agensi akan komen. Dan selalunya jabatan harus kita akan komen kepada ini memerlukan kelulusan. Jadi kelulusan dia ini kena dapatkan. Jadi untuk peringkat seterusnya penyediaan laporan dia. Tapi sejak AKAS Akta Kualiti Alam Sekeliling 2015 digeserkan Jabatan Mustapha sebelum ia laporan. Jadi disediakan laporan terms of reverse perlukan terlebih dahulu. Terms of reverse ni lebih, kita boleh cakap lebih pada mini IC. Proses itu terms of reference, lulus yang tu posik pada EI tempat kepal tu. Dalam EI itu pula ada lagi 2 keputusan yang mungkin diperlukan. Mungkin saya kata tak, saya kata wajib, mungkin diperlukan. Itu kebenaran merancang. Kebenaran merancang ni diperlukan contohnya talent. Tanah itu adalah tanah pertanian. Kita nak convert kepada lombong. Lombong adalah status industri. Kita perlu convert daripada pertanian ke itu namanya laporannya adalah ini disediakan oleh konsultan bandar, konsultan perancang bandar, bukannya konsultan Lombok. Ini disediakan oleh konsultan perancang bandar. Dan satu lagi adalah ESCP, Person Storage Control Invention. ESCP ini diminta oleh GPS. Sebenarnya dalam laporan ini iaitu ada satu lampiran untuk kedua-dua kelulusan untuk laporan ini mungkin diperlukan untuk sesuatu yang diluluskan. Kata mungkin, saya tak kata wajib. Asal dia bergantung kepada situasi, dia banyak faktor lah mengaruhi mungkin diperlukan. Apabila kita dah dapat lesen IAE, kebanyakan pelombong bila tahu IAE lulus cukup seronok. Cukup seronok. Saya tengok 12 tahun saya kerja persatuan ni, bila saya tengok IAE lulus cukup seronok juga. Kerana masa yang diorang spend, yang diorang buang mungkin setahun, mungkin 2 tahun untuk IAE, dan duit lagi IAE dah lulus. Peringkat seterusnya, apa yang saya tunjukkan dalam bulatan merah itu dah lesen penuh memandu SK SPM, lesen mineral ataupun lesen pos. Kedua-dua lesen ni apply dengan je. Pasal kalau ada lesen ni, kita ada lesen penuh untuk jual beli. Lesen lain walaupun dah dapat, tak payah nak sembang, memang tak dijual. Duduk dalam set. Kalau ada lesen dua merah ni, kita boleh buat berniaga, jual beli. Dah ada untung dah. Sebenarnya apa-apa lesen, apa-apa lombong, selagi tak dapat lesen yang ada dalam bulatan merah tu, jangan sembang. Duduk dia diam. Inilah lesen paling besar. Macam isu yang saya slide sebelum ini berkaitan dengan 60 yang sebenarnya itu masih proses di peringkat prospecting license. Yang pertama sekali, yang atas, untuk keluarkan biji tu, kita boleh tengok berapa tahun lagi yang diorang kena spend, berapa banyak lagi masa yang diorang kena spend untuk dapatkan lesen. Tak semestinya kalau keadaan umum hari ni, esok keluar biji. Itu memang tanggapan orang luar pada industri lombong. Jadi perkara ni perlu dibentuk. Apabila sebuah lombong beroperasi, dia pun pelombong pun juga pelombong pun perlu mematuhi syarat-syarat yang disenarkan dalam A ke S. Sini syarat-syaratnya berkaitan dengan monitoring lah, sampel air, sampel udara, sampel bunyi, dan ada yang eksklusif, contohnya setiap jam kena hantar water sampel, ada macam tu. Dia bergantung kepada populasi lombong dan isu-isu sensitif yang berada di lombong. Tapi basically setiap bulan PLB kena hantar penyata lombong bulan. PLB ni biasanya saya minta kontraktor buat sendiri pasal dia memang simple je. Orang tulis, biasanya kalau kontraktor ni kaya sangat, tak apa, aku nak buat. No problem, akan dibayar setiap bulan. Itu memang kena hantar kepada JMG supaya JMG tahu status operasi lombong macam mana. Laporan kemajuan lombong biasanya pun JMG akan letak tiap 6 bulan atau tiap 3 bulan sekali, 6 bulan sekali, JMG akan minta. Biasanya itu sekali dengan laporan EMR yang biasa diminta oleh Kota Naskah. Yang lesen dalam bulatan merah tu biasanya JMG akan bagi kelulusan setahun, minimum setahun sekali, dan setiap tahun kena diperbarui. Dan apabila diperbarui, dari situ tujuan dia, JMG akan boleh nampak tahun pertama pasti macam ni, tahun kedua pasti dah maju ke depan sikit daripada tahun pertama. Itu tujuan dia sebenarnya. Jadi JMG boleh pantau pergerakan sebuah lombok, basis sebuah lombok dia boleh pantau. Jadi itu tujuan report-report yang disediakan. Biasanya alam sekitar pun dia akan minta EMR yang mana yang baik di udara, level bunyi, lepas tu audit. Audit ni biasanya kita akan dibuat oleh seorang auditor yang berdaftar dengan Jabatan Konsultancy. Yang lain tu insya-Allah terlalu boleh. Siapa yang boleh jadi konsultan? Tak semua orang boleh mampu sebenarnya. Konsultan lombong ni dia boleh dia tertakluk di bawah 7A7B, Registration of Professional Act IEA 97 Dewas. Dia tertakluk berapa peruntukan undang-undang untuk konsultan bawah ini. Kita tersedia mana konsultan, civil konsultan, mekanik konsultan, sama semua ikut. Dan konsultan ni perlu daftar dengan PEM, Board of Engineers Malaysia, Lembaga Doktor Malaysia, sebagai engineering ECP. ECP ni maksudnya memang konsultansi. Dia ada tiga jenis ECP. Satu adalah sole proprietor. Maksudnya kalau kita business, dia enterprise. Dia seorang saja. Ada konsultan lombok ada yang dia seorang je. Dia lah bos, dia lah tukang buat report, dia plan, dia lah postman, dia lah runner, semua dia. Ada konsultan ini. Yang kedua adalah partnership. Partnership ni contohnya kalau kita berniaga, syarikat ABC sedia buat. Sedia buat itu mewakili partnership. Biasanya partnership ni kalau bagi di Malaysia saya rasanya untuk lombok tak ada lagi. Tapi kalau contoh satu masa mungkin ada, contoh mungkin PE, Professional Engineer, PEPC dalam ini bergabung dengan PEPC itu geologi. Mungkin asal geologi dengan main ini adalah berkait. Mungkin. Betul. Ketiga adalah body corporate. Body corporate ni sebenarnya untuk civil consultant lah. Kita orang ni untuk bina satu bangunan banyak disiplin engineering yang terlibat. Bukannya satu skop. Okey. Untuk section 8.1 IEA menyatakan except as otherwise provided under any other written law, no person or body other than a professional engineer. Section ini menyatakan tiada siapa-siapa pun yang boleh selain professional engineer who will residing practicing di Malaysia, yang tinggal dan mempraktikkan di Malaysia, atau engineering firma konsultansi yang menyedia providing professional engineering service, yang menyediakan khidmat kejuruteraan profesional di Malaysia shall be entitled to submit, yang boleh mengemukakan plan, display, drawing, scheme, proposal, report, design or studies to create di Malaysia. Maknanya, ini konsultan syarat pertama mesti PEPC, engineer with certification. Itu wajib. Sama ada dia sole proprietor atau partnership, tak kisah. Itu yang wajib, dan dia berdaftar dengan who is PPC, siapa itu PPC. Kadang kita tak tahu. So saya buat satu tunjukkan daripada mana kita mendapatkan PPC. Dia bermula daripada engineering 4 tahun, kejutaan semua bila belajar. Kalau tak ada stand, tak ada paper 4 tahun. Masa engineer, masa belajar ni pun saya rasa school dah galakkan daftar PM sebagai graduate engineer. Saya rasa lah, tak salah saya lah. Zaman saya dulu tak ada. Sekarang mungkin ada dah. Jadi digalakkan daftar graduate engineer pasal untuk bila kita masuk pada industri, apabila kita membawa title graduate engineer, kata oh you memang betul belajar engineering. Itu yang penting sebenarnya. Orang tahu kita belajar engineering, kita memang betul-betul pakar, kata ada basic dalam engineering. Okay. Graduate engineer. Graduate engineer ni nama kita boleh pakai. Contohnya nama saya Mohd. Di belakang DRE graduate engineer. Kita boleh guna nama. At least sikit relation orang dan nama title di belakang. Okay. Cukup tempoh 3 tahun kita register sebagai graduate engineer, dan kita 3 tahun kita pengalaman bekerja. 3 tahun pengalaman kerja ni saya kena bagi tahu. Kita contohnya orang yang bekerja di dalam office yang tak ada langsung bidang teknik atau pengatur pasal teknik, 3 tahun ni tak. Lalu untuk jadi seorang professional engineer, management kena tahu, on-site kena tahu, technical part kena tahu. Dua-dua tu kena balance walaupun ada lebih sikit. Tapi dulu kena tahu. Maknanya kalau kerja office je tahu management tapi on-site tak tahu. Bagi saya untuk dapatkan PE ni agak jadi kena balance. Maknanya kalau kita sekarang ni kerja dalam office tanpa ada pengetahuan di site, kadang-kadang kita nak apply PE ni akan ditolak. Pengetahuan kita secara teknikalnya kurang. Pasal tu saya lebih suka. Saya suka kerja consultant dua-dua ada. Site ada, office. Dua-dua saya dapat. Bila saya tak keluar, bila saya tak outstation, saya di office, buat report, belajar pasal management. Bila saya keluar outstation, pergi site, saya dapat technical punya knowledge. Itu saya suka kerja. Jadi consultant ni kerjanya memang balance. Dua-dua je. Bila kita dah cukup 3 tahun pengalaman kerja semua, kita boleh apply jadi professional. Sekarang ni saya masih di peringkat professional engineer. Macam mana mendapatkan professional engineer? Title tu dia ada 3 cara. PAE, Professional Assessment Examination. Ini dikendalikan oleh BEM. Saya tak tahu macam mana exam ni dibuat pasal saya dapatkan title PE tu melalui cara C. Vote C. Vote B ni obviously regular body pun saya pun tak tahu macam mana. Cuma apa yang saya faham, kita contohnya foreigner di luar daftar dengan body mana-mana di negara dia dan dia nak praktis di Malaysia, itu cara dia. Vote B. Saya vote C. Saya dapatkan title ini vote C. Saya mengalami professional interview yang dikendalikan oleh IEM. IEM adalah Institute Engineering Malaysia. Dia adalah sub kepada BEM yang mengendalikan apa-apa perkara yang teknikal dengan pada professional interview. Dia ada professional interview ada dua segmen. Satu, interview oleh dua orang yang akan ditentukan oleh BEM, dan kemudian sesi keduanya adalah menjawab dua soalan. Apabila diluluskan, kita akan mendapat title. Kita boleh guna title ayat dan tak nama belakang PENG. Nama saya ayat Hafizu PENG. PENG itu maksudnya professional engineer. Okey, step tu. Yang ni lesson paling, bila dapat professional engineer with PPC ni, ini lesson besar untuk kita chop dan submit document. PE kalau saya nampak sekarang lah, setakat title saja, tak ada apa-apa kelebihan. Walaupun dia boleh gunakan title. Jadi PPC ni nak dapatkan dia ada satu exam dipanggil PCP, Professional Consultancy Examination. Ini dikedekan oleh PE. Ini pun kita boleh pakai nama IR Muhammad Hafizu Engineer, dan kita bolehkan guna COP. COP ni yang mahal. Diisukan oleh PE. COP ni mahal. Kita mendapatkan COP ni. Dapat COP ni memang rasa bangga sangatlah. Itu sajalah perkongsian saya pada pagi ini. Okay, apa-apa masalah saya letakkan dekat saya ni. WhatsApp boleh call. Apa-apa servis yang disediakan oleh pesatan EPM ni ada disenaraikan 20 skop kerja. Apa yang saya sembang tadi cuma 5-6 saja. Yang lain pun ada. Okey, terima kasih kepada
Terima kasih Encik Hafizu. Jika saya bukan pelajar atau orang yang relate dengan dunia kerjaan, saya mungkin tidak tahu betapa banyak peringkat-peringkat jurutera dan betapa pentingnya profesi jurutera ini. Sebelum kita akhiri sesi perkongsian daripada IR Muhammad Hafizu, ada beberapa soalan yang diajukan daripada penonton kita pada hari ini. Okey, soalan pertama, Tuan Hafizu, apakah pandangan Tuan jika kerajaan mewajibkan jurutera lombong dan kuari untuk setiap lombong dan kuari bagi mengelakkan isu-isu perbangkit seperti alam sekitar, seperti mana chargeman untuk Suruhanjaya Tenaga?
Mengikut pengalaman saya pergi ke lombong tu, lombong ni, kuari tu. Apa yang kurang sebenarnya di tapak lombong dan kuari ni adalah competent person. Competent person ni maksudnya orang yang pakar dalam bidang-bidangnya. Contohnya, kalau kuari dia, kalau dia alam sekitar, jurutera alam sekitar. Macam. Tapi apabila kita berjumpa dengan pelombong-pelombong ni, perkara pertama yang diorang akan bising lah biasanya pada konsultan, mana ada wang mah, tak ada duit punya. Macam mana kalau dia nak appoint satu orang yang kompeten, dia perlu naikkan harga produk dia. Kalau dia naikkan harga produk dia, kalau tak laku, bermasalah ekonomi. Tapi kalau dari segi pandangan pribadi saya, kalau saya setiap lombong dan kuari perlukan seorang jurutera lombong, seorang jurutera pandangan saya. Pasal kita nak ubah persepsi orang kepada keindahan yang dibuat oleh lombong dan kuari ini biasanya menjadi isu kepada masyarakat sekeliling. Jadi kita perlukan jurutera alam sekitar untuk mengindahkan balik industri lombong dapat. Pendapat saya minta 2 orang. Seorang jurutera lombong atau kuari, dan seorang lagi adalah jurutanam. Tapi untuk lomba-lomba yang besar, biasanya ramai doli, enjum, dia orang memang ada. Cuma yang lomba-lomba kecil, yang ayah tak ada duit mah, itu memang biasa berlaku, susah. Jadi susah kita nak, kalau mungkin pihak berkuasa boleh buat syarat ini mungkin boleh dilaksanakan lah, pendapat saya lah.
Soalan kedua, what is the difference between PML and ML and SKSK with SKSPM?
Perbezaan ML dan PML. ML, pajakan melombong. PML, lesen melombong tuan punya. Pajakan melombong adalah merujuk kepada tuan hak milik tanah. Tanah kerajaan, tanah hutan. PML merujuk kepada tuan hak milik tanah, iaitu private land. Contohnya, tuan tanah tu adalah Ali bin Abu. Jadi, itu adalah lesen melombong. Itu saja. SK, saya tak cover scope kuari. Jadi SK adalah surat kelulusan skim kuari. Itu adalah kuari. Dia adalah sama level saja dengan SKSPM. Cuma satunya untuk kuari, satunya untuk lombok. Itu saja. Tak ada perbezaan.
Ini soalan terakhir. Adakah konsultan ni uruskan lesen saja?
Kalau ikut skop yang biasa orang cari konsultan adalah permohonan lesen. Dan lesen lah. Tapi bila kita masuk dalam kerja konsultan, sebenarnya lesen tu cuma separuh saja bidang yang kita cover. Ada lagi skop-skop lain. Contohnya saya tak cover dalam pagi ni, contohnya report macam pre-sleep study, valuation, banyak lagi sebenarnya. Cuma apa yang konsep saya cuba pagi ni, saya cuba terangkan lesen saja. Kalau yang lain-lain tu mungkin lain kali ikut. Dia tak tahap pada lesen konsultan, dia tak tahap lesen. Dia banyak lagi. Kalau ikutnya, saya share balik bisnes kat saya lah. Kita boleh tengok di situ banyak yang sebut itu macam. Tapi saya lebih buat, kalau macam contoh sekarang ni, saya buat dulu saya buat EIA, tapi sekarang saya dah retire untuk EIA. Sekarang ni lebih kepada SKSPM, SKSK, valuation, macam-macam tu lah saya buat sekarang.
Terima kasih IR Muhammad Hafizu atas perkongsian tersebut. Kini kita beralih kepada speaker kedua kita pada pagi ini. Please welcome IR Toh Karwai. IR Toh Karwai. IR Toh Karwai. He is an alumni of Mineral Resources Engineering Program from 1999 to 2002. He currently works in Hot-Seng Building Materials, Sdn Bhd, as a Senior Manager Quarry Development. Let me welcome the second speaker of this talk session to present his topic, which is about career path as a professional engineer. As usual, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the speaker's presentation. Please welcome Mr. Toh.
Hi, thank you, Nuraqilah. So, okay. First of all, I would like to say thank you to USM, especially Dr. Azlan, who called me a couple of weeks ago and invite me for this participate in this event. Okay. So, without further ado, So let's get started. So the topic given me by today is career path as a professional engineer. So let me introduce myself and my working experience for the past 19 years before we enter to the topic. So my name is Tokawai. I came from Bentok, Pahang, and married with 2 kids. Since graduate, I post 19 years of working experience. Of course, I graduate from USM for degree holder in mining resources engineering. And I am also a master degree holder of business admin from University of Malaya. And I have attained a quarry manager certificate from IQM somewhere in 2017 or 2016, and register professional engineer in EM and IEM. And currently, I'm working as a senior manager for quarry development in Hafizu Building Materials. Okay, let me share some of my working experience. So I have conducted 10 weeks of industry training in Pahang Cement, which is under YTL Cement now. So these 10 weeks, I have placed in several departments to learn the process of making cement. So these 10 weeks is short, but the experience and knowledge I gained from here is really helped me in my career path. So officially, this Bucon Concrete is my first job. I was recruited as a management trainee. So I was placed in several plants in Selangor. So my job is to assist the plant manager in all aspects, like for example, quality control, production and operations, and as well as sales for the ready-mix concrete. So after 3 months, I decided to leave the company and join Kenison Quarry, which is located in Hulu Langat, Selangor, as a production engineer. And later, this quarry was acquired by YTL Cement as well. So in this Kenison Quarry, my job is to handle the production for a premix plant. What is premix plant? Premix plant is actually a plant to produce a tar for road paving. So my major job task is to control the production cost. Okay. After 1.5 years, so then I decided to jump out from my this comfort zone, because I feel that okay, my job here is a limit to me for me to build up my career. So I joined a very challenging job as a sales engineer in this one of the local trading company named Belt Equipment Supply Sendian Berhad. So my job is to promote the company full range of products, for example, the conveyor belt system to the industry like quarries, cement, coal-fired power station, port, and steel manufacturing plant. So after 6.5 years service in this company, then I landed in Hafizu Building Materials. So Hafizu Building Material is one of the subsidiary of Hafizu Consolidated Berhad, which is a listed company in Bursa, Malaysia. So Hafizu Building Materials currently own 8 quarries in Malaysia. So as a project development manager, so my job is to conduct a feasibility study on the new site or existing site and come up with the proposal to recommend to the management for building up a new quarry or acquire a new quarry. In 2013, I was transferred to a quarry development department. So what is the difference between project development and quarry development? The former is to more on the business development, and quarry development is whereby what I do is to develop or conduct a quarry scheme for our existing quarry to ensure the quarry is run on the maximum efficiency. And of course, I do a overburden stripping plan for all the operation quarry. So here is some of my job tasks: to conduct a physical survey on the existing rock face. The data then I will input to the mining software. Then we will update the rock face development plan to advise the quarry manager where to extract the rock and how many rock reserve they have. So the limitation of this physical survey is it covers only a small area and it is time consuming. So then we will introduce area mapping by using a drone to cover the few hundred acres land. So this system or this technology is more faster than the physical survey. And the data, then we use the collected data to process a topography for the entire land and generate a 3D model. From this 3D model, then we do this development plan for the quarry. And this overburden stripping plan, which we conduct, we strip the overburden in order to expose the new rock face for the quarry. And last is stockpile management, whereby we survey the stockpile and import the data into the software to calculate the physical stock, how many we have on ground, and compare to the recorded in the system. So in order to monitor whether there's the shortage of the stock or not. So beside that, I also conduct a lot of soil investigation for our new or potential quarry or existing quarry. So what we do is we selected a few points to do the drill to test what is underneath the ground and how is the depth of the overburden and whether the rock is a good rock for production or not. And on your this upper right, this is the one of the method to test what is the underground is. So this is called electric resistivity test. So we lay a wire like 500 meters length to pulse the electric wave to the ground and to test the resistivity index. So the higher the resistivity index is, meaning the underneath the ground is a good rock. And this the soil investigation data and this resistivity data then we input to our software to generate a block model for our quarry. So from there, so then we come up with a design plan for the quarry. So for the development plan, we have a short-term and long-term plan. Short-term plan is meaning that so we ensure our rock reserve or extractable rock reserve is enough for at least 2 years production. And the long-term plan is for the whole of life plan for the quarry. So what will happen after the life of quarry? So what we're going to plan for the land we left over. So for example, this is one of our existing rock face. So after we extract the rock, what we're going to plan for it, and we call it like a whole of life plan or rehabilitation plan. So this is what it looked like after we cease the operation for the quarry. And this is the approved plan from the local council for that quarry. Okay, so this is a summary of my working experience. So for the past 10 years, I do a little bit involved in engineering works, but not related to what I study in mineral resources engineering. Until in 2013, I was transferred to quarry development department in Hafizu Building Materials. So the daily job I conducted involved site surveying, site job, and planning and design for the rock phase. So then I decided to move on to attain as a professional engineer from PM and IEM. So this is the 3 engineering professional body that you should know. One is a board of engineer Malaysia. This is the regulatory body for engineering practice in Malaysia, set up by a Malaysian government under the Registration of Engineers Act 1967. So under this act, any person who want to conduct or practice engineering in Malaysia should register under BEM. And this Institute of Engineer of Malaysia, IEM, is a learned institute for practicing engineer in Malaysia and set up by a professional group or to promote the engineering as well as to facilitate networking, learning, and socializing. And third Institute of Quarrying Malaysia, IQN, also a learned institution to promote an education course and advanced training for a person who work in quarry operation. Okay. So road to professional engineer. Basically, just now as our first speaker, IR Hafizu, right? He explained to you how he going to attain the professional engineer. So basically, there's a 2 tier of professional engineer. So before you proceed for the first tier of professional engineer, you must register under BEM as a graduate engineer. So once you have attained the professional engineer, if let's say you want to proceed to the second tier, then you have to sit for an exam which organized by the BEM, and this exam is called PCE, practicing professional practicing. Okay, PCE. Sorry, stand for practicing certificate examination. Okay, what is the difference from professional engineer and professional engineer with practicing certificate? So the professional engineer is only allowed to conduct his engineering works, but not allowed to submit any drawings or design or scheme for the authority approval, whereby the PEPC is the one who allowed to do or to own the consultancy firm or to run the consultancy business and to submit all the drawings, survey drawings, or this design or scheme to the authority department for approval. So this is a 2 different from PE and PEPC. So basically, like just now, Hafizu mentioned, there's a 3 routes to attain a professional engineer. So let's forget about the first 2 and concentrate on this one. corporate member of IEM. Okay, as I said, so the first step, you must obtain or you must hold a accredited engineering degree. Then you register. First step, you have to register under BM as a graduate engineer. Then only you entitled to register as a IEM graduate member. So after you conduct or you practice 3 years engineering practice, then only you have entitled to go for the third step, which is a logbook scheme. Under this logbook scheme, you need to find a mentor to guide you for this 3 years working experience. So how you get the mentor? Probably from the IEM. So you can request the IEM to give you a list which the mentor is under your engineering discipline. You cannot get others engineering discipline mentor to guide you for this 3 years logbook scheme. So in this 3 year logbook scheme, what you need to do is every 3 months or every quarter, you have to seek this mentor advice on what you are doing and sign on this scheme book. And every year you have to submit your book or your logbook scheme to the IEM for the committee member approval. So after you complete these 3 years, then the IEM will issue you a letter saying that you are entitled to go for the next step, which is a professional interview. Before the professional interview, you have to prepare this technical and experience report and and also this project report before you proceed for the interview. Like Hafizu said, during the professional interview, there's 3 interviewer which selected by the IEM. So this process take about 1 hour. So basically, the interviewer want to know what you did for the past 3 years and whether you are good enough or you are mature enough to become a professional engineer. So after the interview, then you will sit for 3 hours examination. So this examination you have divided have 2 papers, the section 1 and section 2. The section 1 basically is on this regulation of and ethics, and the paper number 2 is basically a technical question which is related to what you are doing. After you pass for this PI, then after you pass the PI, then the IEM will allow you to upgrade you from graduate member to become a corporate member. Then you are entitled to carry a IR in front of your name or P professional engineer at the back of your name. Of course, after you have upgraded to become a corporate member, then you have to register in BM as professional engineer as well. This is a tier 1 of a professional engineer. So as I said, you have to sit for a practical certificate exam in order to obtain this title as a PEPC. Okay. And last slide is this about the courses offered by IQM. Why I present this slide to you? Because since I become a graduate member in IEM from since 2015 until now. So almost every week they have conduct a technical talk or this training course, but nothing related to what we are studying, or nothing related to mining or mineral resources engineering. And I found that only IQM offer the course which is more related to what we are studying or what we are practicing in quarry or in mining. So these 5 models course, the IQM will organize at least once a year, or some hot topic or hot course they will offer twice a year. So during course, environmental management training course for the short fire and crushing and screening course, for offshore for quarry manager. This, after you complete these 5 modules, then you are entitled to attain a quarry manager certificate from IQM. Besides that, IQM also offer others courses like registration for quarrying, drone operation, quarry planning and design, quarry economies, underground blasting, rock quality for quarry product, and short fire practical exam. So if you are the quarry manager certificate holder and you attend any 2 courses from the above, you are entitled for a quarry manager's pricing certificate from IQM. Okay, so this slide I added in this morning. So this is the number of registered as a graduate engineer, professional engineer, and professional engineer with practicing certificate from BEM. So look at it. So okay, we just forget about the number of graduate engineer in this mining engineering and mineral resources engineering. So number of professional engineer registered in mining engineering in BEM, that's 6%, and whereby the mineral resources engineering is 5%. So for the PE in mining engineering, that's 6%. 2% is actually from is an assisting JMG officer. One is the retired lecturer from USM, and the 3, sorry, I don't recognize them, but I believe 3 of them is working in the consultancy firm. So whereby the professional engineer register under minerals resources engineering is 5%. So of course I'm one of them. True is our another true speaker, which is the speaker number 1 at the first day, Hafizu, and the second is the speaker just now, Hafizu. So another one is Dr. Hazizan, and the 5th one is the one of the officer from JMG. Whereby like PEPC registered under mining in engineering, there's a 24. So I believe some of them already reaching a retirement age, and there's only 3 PEPC registered under mineral resources engineering in BEM. Who are them? One is the Deputy Director of JMG in Northern Region. One is, let's see, one is our super senior who is running a consultancy firm in Ipoh. And the last one, of course, is Dr. Said Fuad. So what the message I want to bring up here is, especially for mining engineering, there's only 24 PEPC. I believe 10 years or 15 years down the road, they will reach their retirement age. So there is a pool of requirement or require for this PC in the future. So probably for the young graduate, you may need to think about it now to move forward into this direction to obtain your this PE and then proceed for a PEPC. If let's say you are interested in consultancy work, okay. Okay, motto of the day: aim high and score high. That is from my presentation. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tok. To be honest, as a student in Resources Engineering for 3 years, I actually never heard of IQM. So I'm kind of a bit ashamed right now. But I'm glad to know there are many courses for us to pursue there to polish more of our technical skills. So before we end our session with Mr. Tok, let's move to the Q&A session. We already have a few questions from our audience today. So
Okay.
first, in the mineral resources industry, does IT literacy is something important that fresh graduates need to have, like a basic skill, maybe like for example programming and such?
Sorry, say again. I can't hear you.
That fresh graduates need to have, like a basic skill, like for example coding, programming and such.
Sorry, the line is lag.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now much
Okay,
clearer.
sorry, I think it's my headphone. Okay, in the mineral resources industry, does IT literacy is something important that fresh graduates need to have for like a basic skill, for example, like programming?
Depends on what kind of job you are handling. Yeah. So of course, any skill you have is added value for you. You know.
Okay, next question. As future graduates of mineral resources engineering, what
Mhm.
are types of jobs for entry level like us, as in recruitment sites, require in engineering jobs require a few years of working experiences?
Sorry, I can't get you. So the requirement, you mean the entry level?
Like what types of job? Like a lot of engineering jobs, like for example, process engineer, mining engineer. Sometimes they have need to have minimum like 3 years of working experiences. So
Okay.
for entry level like us, what should we like do or something?
First of all, I do believe, okay, of course, your resume must be attractive. So your resume attractive, then only you can attract the interviewer to select you to go for an interview. During the interview, when you present or you how to say, you present to them during the interview, you give them or you have a very high confidence level. No matter you have zero working experience, they will recruit you. That's the working experience, just an indication, right? So some of my friends have no experience at all in others industry, so they can enter to others industry which is not related to what they are studying. Why they can do so? Because they have give a very good impression for the interviewer. So mean that okay, the interviewer feel very confident with this guy. Then even he is not in this related field, but he can perform his work. So same into your question. Even you have no experience at all, but you have impressed the interviewer. So why not? He give you a try. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If we are working in overseas and
Okay.
still want to, and can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. If we are working in overseas and still want to get a PE from DM, are the total hours counted by the IEM?
No, the requirement, like when you doing the logbook scheme for 3 years, right? The minimum requirement is you must have 1 year working experience or practice your engineering, or you conduct your engineering practices in Malaysia.
So you need to work in Malaysia to become an engineer in Malaysia, right?
During this 3 year program, this 3 years logbook scheme, so at least a minimum 1 year you have to work in or practice your engineering works in Malaysia.
Okay. Okay. One of the students asked, during the first year they already registered and have a IEM card.
Okay.
Can they know what the function of that card is?
There's only a student, so nothing. Or okay, they may have a free or free access to the technical course, or just a very minimum pay on the to attend the technical course. As compared to the member, we have to pay a much higher price to attend the or to enroll into the some of the technical course or technical talk. So once you graduated, then and you are able to find a job, so then you start to apply for upgrade from a student to become a graduate member.
Okay. Why did you take MBA for your masters? Like, is it what you want, or something that like, for example, business is something different? It's not most. It's not.
Okay. Um, after graduate, you how to say, you don't expect you know everything. So after graduate, you will be named as a fresh graduate, meaning you are a blank paper. So even you are working in the your mineral resources engineering field. So what you learn from school is totally different from what you are doing at site. Okay, so why I apply or enroll to MBA, because this is no matter how your career is, one day, if let's say you want to proceed to a higher level, you must know how to manage your company or manage your team. So that's why a business management is very important for every one of us. Even we are engineer, but you must know how to manage your company, right?
So I noticed that in mineral resources engineering, we have like a lot of other engineering aspects, such as like civil, chemical, and also mechanical. So
Yep.
for example, for other fresh graduate students from not mineral resource engineering, for example, mechanical, can they actually pursue other in the mineral resources engineering jobs?
Yeah. Actually, quite a number of graduate from mechanical or civil working in quarry. Instead, actually, I frankly to tell you, like 20 years ago, so most of the quarry, when they want to recruit a young graduate or whatever, so the requirement is mechanical engineering or civil engineering, because in the market, most of the people they do know there's a engineer called a mineral resources engineer, right? So that's why you will find a lot of mechanical background or civil background looking in quarry. But nowadays, so a lot of quarry or operator or quarry business quarry operator, they know about these sumber mineral resources. Sorry, mineral resources engineering. So they have a, how to say, have a very high expectation from us. When you say, okay, you are from Sumber, so they say, okay, you are a good engineer, right?
So, okay, why does the bottom hole initiation is better than the top hole initiation?
Say again.
Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. I think this is one of my personal questions. Why do you think that there are less professional certificate engineers in mineral resources engineering and also mining engineering? Is it because Malaysia is not as big for making quarries and mines?
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me share my slide. Okay, what you mean, like, okay, the less PEPC in mining engineering and mineral resources engineering?
Yes, this is in Malaysia, right? So
Yes, this is in Malaysia.
So why does the mineral resources engineering for PEC is quite low right now?
Okay. What I get to know is, okay, the PEPC only started somewhere in 2000, if not mistaken, it's 2006 or 2007. Before that, it's only a PE. So when started a PEPC, so like the PE before 2006, which have already have a 10-year hold a PE for 10 years, so they are entitled to become a PEPC without taking any exam or the PCE practicing certificate exam. So for the PE who after 2007, you have to sit for this PCE practicing certificate exam organized by BEM. So this exam has have two paper, and the passing mark is 50%, but the passing rate is only less than 10%. Meaning there's a 10% who sit for this practicing certificate exam, only one person can pass. That's why a lot of people dare not to take this exam.
So I think this may be the last question. So to be honest, every year, more and more graduate engineers are getting less year by year. So why do you think that that happens? Does it because of the job demand or something?
Or what you mean less and less? Meaning the graduate from our Sumber or
I think
not
mostly
going?
for Sumber, maybe for our school as well. Like many not
So meaning
register with the
after,
IEM.
okay, maybe they are not aware on it. Okay, so like I said, after 10 years of workings, then only I notice or aware that okay, for an engineer who want to practice his engineering profession in Malaysia, he must to register in PM and IEM. So, and some of them may be not so interested to be a member of PM or and IEM. Okay.
Okay, before we end our slot for this morning, I have a question for both our speakers. Can you give one last short advice for our audience today? Maybe there are some students, and maybe students mineral resources right now, and maybe there are also future mineral resources engineering students that want to pursue here in USM. Mr. To and also Mr. Hafizu.
Yeah, Hafizu face.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Ko. Advice saya lebih kepada saya menggalakkan. Didengar kan ni?
Perlahan sikit clear tapi perlahan sikit.
Hello, testing. Hello. Saya menggalakkan para pelajar sekarang dan semua alumni mineral resource engineering supaya register dengan semua the bodies, register bodies, contohnya PM, IEM, IQM, untuk menggalakkan lebih banyak buah fikiran daripada orang muda dalam bot tersebut supaya kita lebih maju ke depan. Kita dah tak boleh bergantung kepada otai lama kerana dia orang pun sudah sampai umur berehat, dia orang pun dah sampai umur berehat, dia orang dah penat. Jadi kita yang akan ambil industri ni daripada dia orang. So kalau kita yang tak buat apa-apa untuk industri ni, industri ni sampai masa dia akan mati juga. Jadi saya nasihatkan semua pelajar dan alumni registerlah cepat-cepat sikit supaya kita nampak lebih di Malaysia. Itu saja.
Okay, Mr. To, do you have any final advice for our
Okay.
audience?
Yeah. Okay. So when I how to say, okay, actually mineral resources engineering is not my first choice, right? During I apply for a university. So most of my classmates also not aware about this mineral resources engineering course. So I would say I forced to study this mineral resources engineering course, right? But after studying this course, I have no regret at all, and I'm very enjoy and I feel very lucky I did not turn down this offer from university to study the mineral resources engineering, right? So what I advise to the fresh graduate or the third year student, don't worry. So in the market, there's a plenty of job is ready for you. So provided you want to take up the job or not, don't complain or the job is very tough or underpaid. So learn while you are working and build up your value, then you will pay back later. And for the final year student, please enjoy the final years uni life, because after graduate you can't enjoy anymore. Play hard and study smart. Okay.
With the short advice that has been presented from both our speakers, then this will be the end of our first session this morning. Thank you very much to IR Muhammad Hafizu and IR To for such informative and interesting sharing for us, and also thank you for your time and valuable contribution. Diharapkan perkongsian itu tadi membuka mata banyak pihak tentang betapa pentingnya program keteraan sumber mineral ini. Saya berharap speaker-speaker sudi untuk berkolaborasi bersama kami pada masa akan datang. Untuk para hadirin sekalian, terhadap banyak lagi perkongsian yang menarik menanti anda. Stay tuned with us for the 6th slot during the evening session at 2 p.m. Thank you. See you there. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Earth, home sweet home. Have you ever wondered how vast the treasure that exists within the earth? It is beyond amazing on how much the earth keeps this treasure deep within itself. Tin, copper, and even gold are actually all originate from our sweet big home. Well, those are what we call as minerals. Speak about gold and stuff. Exactly, who are the ones that discovered the magnificent treasure of the earth? Now, that is the job for mineral resource engineers. Let's find out more about mineral resource engineering. I am Nuraqilah and I'm your virtual student assistant. Alright, mineral resource engineering focuses on areas of extraction and processing of the earth mineral resource through the aspect of technical, environmental, and economic. Mineral resource engineering also prepares the engineer for a career in advanced mine design and planning, ground control, processing techniques, and drilling engineering. These are the fundamentals to extract the Earth's precious discovery. Wow! So, how to become a successful mineral resource engineer? Wow, this one looks interesting. Let's click this one.
University Science Malaysia is the only university in Malaysia that offers this amazing course. Be proud because USM is one of the leading universities with excellence in mind. USM stands among the great names in Asia with the ranking of 34th and 142nd in the world according to the QS ranking in 2021. School of Material and Mineral Resource Engineering are located in a very strategic and conducive location in Penang. It is near the famous tri-border of three states, which is Nibong Tebal, Penang, Parit Buta, Perak, and Bandar Baharu, Kedah. Your study will take around 8 semesters, which is almost 4 years. For first year, you will learn about the foundational concepts such as physics, math, coding, and drawing. In second year, you will learn about the introduction of mining, mineral processing, and mineralogy. In your third year, you will learn physical and chemical mineral processing, modeling and simulation, and also mineral economics. And in your final year study, you will learn on mining engineering peripheries, mine plan and design, and also internship. And the best about mineral resource engineering in USM is that you will get the opportunity to have industrial visits in every semester.
So, what are you waiting for? Join us now and discover endless potential by being a successful mineral resource engineer. #MyResUSM. See you there. Thank you for watching.